That over. Yeah. Okay, I think.
trying to make sure you
Good. Hi, Ben.
KWB presents Varsity Boys Basketball. Tonight, the Camden Windjammers take on our own Nokomis Warriors. Streamed live January 13th, 2023. And bringing today's game, Ryan Bell and Mary Netto.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Nokomis Regional High for Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting's presentation of Boys Varsity Basketball. I'm Ryan Bell, alongside Principal Miss Mary Netto, and tonight your very own Nokomis Warriors will be taking on the Windjammers of Camden Hills High School. Your Warriors currently sit at 6-3 in 5th place in Class A North. The Windjammers are 1-7, sitting tied for 8th in Class A North. Ms. Netto, what can we expect from tonight's game?
I think we're going to see a tough game out of the Warriors. They went on the road last night to Brewer, played them really tough through the middle part of the game, and I think Brewer outlasted them and came away with a big win. But I think Camden on paper, you might think, oh, this is going to be an easy one tonight, but they have a reputation as a really hard-working team and a team that's able to put points on the board. So Nokomis can't look past this, but I think they're anxious to get back on the winning side of things. Yeah,
absolutely, and fatigue could play a factor. Nokomis playing their 3rd game in 4 nights here. As you mentioned, returning off of that loss at Brewer previously, went away to, where did they go? They went away to Gardner. They won 52-37, and before that on Saturday picked up a big win at Coney that was 71-56.
That's a huge win. If you can get down to Augusta and you can beat Coney on their home court, I don't care what's going on in sports. Coney always is competitive. They're always in the thick of the mix, and that's just a huge midseason win for Nokomis.
Yeah, 22 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double for Grady Hartsgrove. He's been on fire recently, also put up 10 points in that loss to Brewer. It's going to be a big game for him. He's got the matchup down low with big man Nolan Ames and also Bento Hansen for Camden Hills.
I'm really just tickled for Grady. He had a great fall as a, kind of his senior year as quarterback. And I think, he's also benefiting from the attention Madden White's getting. Madden White's been a standout, and teams are able to double up on him, and they're doing a nice job getting the ball to the open person, which has been Grady.
Yeah, Grady's done well. Madden White, I look for him to have a huge game tonight. I don't know on paper who matches up with him on that Camden Hills side. You look at Quincy Messier, who's had a really good season so far, a part of, as you mentioned, that hard-working Camden Hills side. Their last win was against Gardner. That was in 2022 on December 29th. They picked up a 56-43 win on the road, looking to get back in the win column for 2023 here. A win for them would do wonders.
Speaking of wins, Ryan, you shared a great stat with me about this boys team and their home win record. It's been quite a while since their last defeat at home. It was, share it with everybody. I know you gave it to me, but it's like kind of a crazy stat.
Yeah, so Nokomis has not lost a game here in this gymnasium since February 9th, 2021. If you're a longtime viewer, that was against MCI, and it was a buzzer beater victory for Parker St. Clair of MCI. 54-52 was the final score. But for now, we'll hand it over to Simon Elias, our athletic director, who will announce the starting lineups for tonight's game.
A junior, number 11, Will Duke. A junior, number 14, Owen Reynolds. A junior, number 32, Quincy Messer. A freshman, number 35, Nolan Ames. And a senior, number 44, Benjamin Johansson. The Windjammers are coached by John Morrow and assisted by Joel Gabriel and Casey Wilson. And now, make some noise for your Nokomis Warriors. A junior, number 4, Alex Grant. A sophomore, number 10, Dawson Hamilton. A senior, number 12,
Grady Hartsgrove. A junior, number 15, Connor Sides. And a senior, number 35, Madden White. The Warriors are coached by Earl Anderson and assisted by Kyle Peavy, Josh Grant, and Mike Susi. The officials for tonight's game are Lon Winchester and Tracy Martin. At this time, would you all please rise and join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem by the Nokomis Pep Band.
Nice job. It's really great to see the Pep Band back in the gym, and also another welcome addition here tonight. I think many of our fans out there know Aiden Anderson, a sophomore at Nokomis, has been battling some significant health issues, but Aiden able to make it to tonight's game, and I know he just lights up that team. When his friends and classmates see him and have him there, I think they are definitely going to play with a little extra energy tonight.
And it's going to be the same starting five as usual for Nokomis. You got Connor Sides, Alex Grant, Dawson Townsend, Madden White, and Grady Hartsgrove for Earl Anderson in his second season as head coach of Nokomis. A record of 27-4 so far over 2 years. That's an 87% win percentage for Coach Anderson as we get set to get underway. Nokomis in the white uniforms with the burgundy trim, and Camden Hills in the red uniforms with the white trim. Madden White unable to win the tip-off. It goes into the hands of Ames, who gets it over to Duke. Duke hasn't started every game this season for the Windjammers. He'll be in there tonight from the get-go. Look for DeWard to get some time off the bench as he pops a three right off the bat, and Duke knocks it down.
Nice looking shot by Duke out of the gate to give the early lead to Camden.
Duke, a junior on this Camden Hills side. Nokomis gets their first possession. Hartsgrove on the perimeter. Out to Townsend. He had 2 points in their last matchup against Brewer. As Hartsgrove's going to draw a foul on the baseline.
The early call on the block bodes well for Nokomis on the offensive side, but they've got to make a mental note of that because Nokomis' bench isn't super deep. They can't afford foul trouble.
And Nokomis typically doesn't go deeper than 6, sometimes 7, as Hartsgrove opens the scoring for the Warriors. Nice little shot there with the left hand. Of course, you have six-man Seth Bowden. A freshman usually comes off the bench, and some occasional minutes from Jacob Newmeyer.
Great hands by Sides there to just tip the ball, and it deflects off number 35 Ames' hand, so it'll go over to the Warriors.
Alex Grant going to bring the ball up here. Over to Sides, guard to guard, and now it's Townsend to White. Thomas trying to get something going here. Hartsgrove, he can shoot the ball. He'll put it down, dribble hand off to Sides. Thomas really working the perimeter here. Hartsgrove going to drive again, going to take it again with the left hand. Can't convert this time. Well guarded by Johansson. Pull-up jumper, banks out for Ames, and the Warriors get it back. Trailing by 1 here. Feed inside to White, a nice pass, spin move, hooks it up and in. Madden White opens his account.
Both Hartsgrove and White, they're really looking to pound the ball into them, so 2 early conversions bodes well for the Warriors.
Another three-point attempt here is long. Ames going to grab the offensive board, kicks it out. Messer, guarded by Townsend, slips by him. Little mid-range pull-up jumper. That'll bounce out. White sweeps up the glass. Hand off. Grant, 3. Rims just out. Townsend battling for the board. Nokomis going to keep it. Nice heads-up play there from Dawson Townsend, who started the year with surgery on his knee. Got a bit of a late jump, didn't play in preseason. Grant tries to go up from the right side, misses. Ames with a shifty move to get past half court. Driving now, Ames forced to kick it out. It's going to be Duke trying another three and hitting another three.
Duke with a hot hand early, able to give his teammates a 2-point lead.
Hartsgrove thought about the three, passes it up to White. Aggressive drive, it's stripped away once again. Duke driving now on Hartsgrove, draws the foul and one.
Duke says, okay, I've made 2 threes, so I'll go with the traditional old school 3-point play. See if he can convert.
Nice hands on the defensive end to start the fast break. And he converts through a tough foul. Duke keeps it rolling. He's got 9. All 9 of the Windjammers points. Sides. Jumps up to get that one. In the corner, Townsend, space. Misses the three. A rebound for Duke, filling up the stat sheet. Another three. It's good.
Oh, he's feeling it.
Wow.
Yeah, wow is right. Let's see what adjustments Coach Anderson maybe is going to make on the defensive end. Duke having his way.
8-point lead for Camden Hills. Bounce pass out of bounds. Turnover Nokomis. All the momentum going the way of the Windjammers, and a quick timeout called here by Coach Earl Anderson.
Coach Anderson, I think, definitely wants to refocus, particularly when you see 2 senior leaders like that, just in the midpoint of the season, a miscommunication on that cut. To me, that's a sign of a little bit of fatigue.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, Nokomis, you mentioned fatigue, playing 3 games in 4 nights. They've also played 4 consecutive away games, so this is their return home. They'll face they'll face Mount Blue in their next matchup. That's on the 17th at home, before facing Brewer again at home, and then traveling to Erskine on the 21st. So a loaded schedule here in the second half of the season, with the majority of the games coming here in this gymnasium here in Newport. So we get back underway. Nokomis out of the timeout, going to stick with the same squad. No substitutions on either side. Messier, reverse layup, blocked by White. Out of bounds, Nokomis ball.
I think the Warriors get a bit lucky there on that out-of-bounds call, but we'll take it. See if coming out of the timeout, Nokomis maybe can get a good offensive set and get some points to chip into this early lead.
Been patient on offense so far. Gotten a couple of decent looks, namely some threes from Alex Grant and Dawson Townsend just haven't gone down. As they look to tighten up defensively. Hartsgrove gets it back. Misses the layup, side swooping in. Can't control the rebound, and Messer picks it up himself. Messer all the way to the basket.
Wow, Messer just looked like he was going through just practice cones. The Warriors just caught flat-footed on that play.
Coast to coast, and that's the first double-digit lead of the game. 4 minutes in. White trying to turn the tide between the legs dribble over to Townsend. In the corner, Grant with some space. No good, Nokomis needed that one. Grant 0 for 2 so far. After hitting 3 3-pointers against Brewer. Equaled for Nokomis' leading scorer in that game. As here's Duke. Nice move over to Messer. Turnaround jumper, it's all net.
That's a tough make right there by Messer. As White had a good hand up, the little fall away jumper inside the foul line is a good make by Messer.
White for 3. Much needed shot there from Madden White. 5 of Nokomis' 7 now, and they're back within single digits. Not a shot you typically see from Madden White. Just pulled up with a slight contest. Knocked it down regardless as Ames tries a jumper. Rims out. Strips it from White, but it'll stay with Nokomis. And here come the first substitutions of the game. Both for Camden Hills, or will they?
Bit of a force there by Duke. I think had the hot hand early, and I think, probably forced it a little bit and gets the miss. So a good opportunity for Nokomis to continue to chip away at this lead. And I like the poise of the Warriors. There's no panic here early. They know there's a lot of basketball. They're going to be okay.
Schwalm and Perez come in for Camden Hills. As Hartsgrove, nice little move, another nice move, and he lays it in.
That was just a beautiful seal by Hartsgrove to present a nice target, seal the defender, great finish.
Got him with the up fake as a three-point attempt here, and he keeps it going. It's Hollis Schwalm, a freshman. Keeping the hot hand going for the Windjammers. Sides. Bounces it to Hartsgrove. Nice feed to Townsend, who's fouled before he can get a shot up. Second team foul for the Windjammers. And Owen Reynolds, junior guard, gonna check in exchange for Ames. Quick fire substitutions for Camden Hills. Keeping the legs fresh as there's another steal. Schwalm with it, bounces it to Messer and is blocked by White, but Duke is there to follow it up.
That was a great play by White. How about Schwalm off the bench? Coach, I can get this done. Big three, big steal.
And not the go-to guys per se for Camden so far, but they've gotten it done. White, open, three. Rims out, sides with a nice offensive board. Can't convert on the putback opportunity. Ball's tipped around all the way back up ahead to Reynolds, who banks it in.
Boy, the Windjammers can't miss.
23 first quarter points and still a minute and a half to go. Hartsgrove gets to the basket, finishes through contact and one.
Tough play by Hartsgrove.
Much needed as Nokomis finally break double digits, 23-11. Huge play. And Hartsgrove, through the sustained pressure of Camden Hills, has had a quietly good first quarter. As he misses the free throw there. Duke guarded by sides. He's double teamed. Messer all alone, top of the key. Rims out. Townsend tips it into the hands of Grant. He takes it past half court. Seth Bowden gonna check in on the next dead ball here with a minute to go in the first. It's sides.
That's a great take. Great take by the junior sides. Just his explosive speed and able to finish.
Sides also a very good defender. An integral part of that state championship team a year ago as Messer hits it in the face of White. And this is not how any of us here really expected this first quarter to go. But with 34 seconds to go, it's a 12-point advantage. Sorry, I had to get my math right for a minute there. 12-point advantage for Camden Hills.
Well, you know, you brought it up, Ryan, when you were discussing some of the stats, that Camden's been able to score. That's not been their issue.
Yeah, they average 56.4 points a game.
Nokomis playing for the last shot and just a pass a little too hot to handle. Deflects out of bounds.
You kind of get the best of both worlds here. Nokomis, a team that's really good defensively. They only allow 50 points a game, but they score 52. And then with Camden Hills, they only score 56, but they allow 66. And you can see that offensive ability for the Windjammers as Messer, fans want a double dribble. Ames misses the three at the buzzer, and that'll close out the first period of play.
I don't think anybody would have predicted that Camden would nearly have Nokomis doubled up after the first quarter. That's a bad news. But the good news, you know, if you're a Warrior fan, we've got 3 quarters, and Coach Anderson, you know, he's seen every type of game, and he's going to make some great adjustments, and I think these guys are getting a little bit of the flow of the game.
Absolutely, and a packed house on hand. You heard him right there at the end. It's been packed house all season. Really no game where it's been quiet in this gymnasium, especially with that student section down there. All standing. I even see a couple of kids with bike helmets down there trying to throw off Camden Hills. They haven't done much so far in terms of that. But
I've had some great chats with the student section. They're trying. It's a new core leading the student section, and they're definitely trying to find their identity. They had a couple of ideas tonight after school that we discussed, and I'm like, no. So I think we're going to have some little team meetings, try to get them focused to really shore up their identity.
Well, they've certainly come in numbers, and that's a start.
Yeah, no, they're having a great time, and I think that's, last year, that great state championship run, our students had as much fun as the players on the court. It was just a wonderful ride last year.
So here we go, back underway in the second. Nokomis going to start with the ball. Sides to White. Hartsgrove spots up, 3, misses. Ames with the board. Ames comes off the screen, finds some space, deep 3, misses, and Seth Bowden's going to grab the rebound.
Bowden for the Warriors has been an impressive freshman on this lineup. He's given some quality minutes.
He even started a couple of games early in the year when Townsend was still recovering from the knee injury. There's a nice floater there from Alex Grant.
I think that's really what the Nokomis offense needs to do, is they've got to get more people involved. It can't be just Hartsgrove and White. Any half-decent basketball team is going to be able to shut down a player or two.
Duke fading away. Tough shot, of course.
Duke can't miss.
Wow, I think he was playing for the foul there. Got it to go. Leads back to 12. Sides tried to give it to Hartsgrove. He'll scoop it up after it knocks off his shoulder. And now Alex Grant. Thomas being patient here. Round, Hartsgrove all alone. Trying to find a pass, gives it back to White. Grant, 3, short. And the ball's thrown out of bounds. Nokomis catch a break.
I like the shot selection there by Grant. Grant, Sides, Townsend, Bowden, whoever, else. They don't need to score 20 points, but you've got to get some offensive production out of them, and I like that shot by Grant. Like, you've got to take some shots if you want to make them.
Grant in particular, very streaky shooter. Once he sees one go down, he'll hit a couple, but sometimes has trouble getting it going. Look for him to knock one down here in the first half. He tries to get it here, coming off a screen, throws up another floater, can't convert this time. It's a nice feed from Hartsgrove. 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
That should be a travel, yeah.
Tough fall there from Ames. He had 14 points against Skowhegan on Saturday. Another freshman on this Camden Hills team.
Ames and Duke are both quick with the ball. Both have shown a really quick first step. I think as the game progresses, Nokomis should be able to make the adjustments to close that out.
Hartsgrove in the post, blocked by Duke. The help defense came all the way from the perimeter.
Duke's everywhere tonight.
He has not missed. Well, he has missed, but not many.
I think one.
Yeah.
I think it was just that one three-pointer that was a bit of a force.
And White, speaking of threes, misses that one right. Nokomis can't get anything to go. Duke hands it off to Messer. Messer comes off the screen. Now Duke for 3. Sigh of relief from Nokomis fans.
That was a great box out by Alex Grant. He didn't end up with the rebound, but they got a mismatch where he and White switched off, and he ended up with Messer. Did a great job blocking him out.
Hartsgrove comes off the screen from White. He's double teamed, and he traveled. It's a very vocal John Morrow. I think he was trying to get the timeout called. Morrow in his 4th season as head coach, took over in 2019, so 2 very relatively new head coaches, although Coach Anderson not quite as new. He's been around the block a time or two, but new in terms of his 2nd season here at the helm of the boys.
Yeah, I had the opportunity way back in the day to coach with Coach Anderson. He's a tactical coach. His players are going to be well schooled on fundamentals, and he's going to lean into that right now to just calm them down, play fundamental basketball. And hopefully, I think Nokomis just got to get a little bit of rhythm going offensively, and I think if we see 1 or 2 shots go, the floodgates may open.
Yeah, totally agree. It was a difficult first period of play defensively, but Camden's only scored 2 points here in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter, as opposed to Nokomis also scoring 2. So they definitely need to pick it up on offense if Nokomis is going to make a run here before the half.
And I think, too, you don't need to get it all back in one possession. Like, just take each possession at a time, play solid, shut it down on this end, then we'll go back and get an offensive set. But
Messer going to score it there.
Shot my theory right down.
Here comes Hartsgrove trailing. Gives it to Bowden and a handoff to Sides. Grant back out to Sides. Sides with 9 points against Brewer. Rims out there. Sides a player not totally known for his ability to score the ball, although he can in spurts. Duke off the screen. 3-point attempt is good. Reynolds knocks it down. Junior guard. Sides gives to Bowden. Camden coming out of that timeout with some fire, not letting their foot off the gas. Player falls to the floor there for the Windjammers. Nokomis going to keep it going. Grant for 3.
There we go.
In the words of Ashton Karen, a Drano. And Duke draws the foul.
It's a tough call, but you know what? I love consistent officiating. They're calling it tight. But I like the nice thing is with the make, Nokomis can put a little pressure on, and let's see how the Windjammers handle it.
3 players in the backcourt for Nokomis. Messer gets it past half court safely. Madden White. Crossover, blow by move by Messer, lays it in with the left hand. Really nice move there from Quincy Messer. Now here's Hartsgrove. Back to White, looking to answer. Loses the handle. He'll chase it down and give to Sides. Sides. Kicks out. Bowden with some space. He hits it. Back-to-back 3-pointers for Nokomis. And they cut the lead to 13.
Warriors heating up a little bit. We're under 3. Maybe they can make a little run before halftime.
Ames responds. Just as you say that.
I'm not going to say it again. You know, Camden arrived really early for the game. I was chatting with the coaches, and I think they took advantage of that early time to shoot around on the court because they're feeling these rims pretty well.
Well, they've hardly even hit the rims. That one's thrown out of bounds. A much-needed break there for Nokomis. Schwam checks back in. Messer going to get a break here before the half.
See if Nokomis can capitalize on this while Messer's on the bench.
He's really picked it up after Duke led the scoring early on. Kept it going. Take a seat. Duke's still in the game. Although Schwam had a nice little run there in the first quarter as well. Grant. Nice bounce pass to Hartsgrove, who leaves it long. And Duke brings it up. Tries to find Schwam, can't control it. Zipped it in.
So Cam has shown a few little cracks, you know, a few unforced errors, turnovers, but Warriors unable to capitalize on it.
And when they have capitalized, it's been an immediate response. Camden's going to press. Bowden finds himself with an open layup as a result. And those will be his first 2 points of the game.
Actually, Bowden's 5. He had the 3, yeah. So
did.
Bowden coming and giving some good points. Warriors with 3 players with 5 points. Hartsgrove with the 6. Wow.
Another 3-point attempt. Goes down. Reynolds.
Reynolds trying to catch up to his teammate Duke.
40-23 now. Camden approaching a 20-point advantage. Hartsgrove up top, hands off to Bowden. Now over to Grant, elbow jumper, misses long. White had a hand on the rebound, couldn't corral it. And now Ames pressured in the backcourt by Sides. Gets by him, kicks it out. Reynolds, same spot. Doesn't hit the rim this time. A sigh of relief once again for Nokomis, as that would have made it a 20-point game.
Yeah, I don't think this is at all what Nokomis was expecting for this evening's game.
No, and I certainly would not want to be one of those Nokomis players in the locker room at halftime with Coach Anderson. I'm sure he'll have a good word with them.
Might be a fiery halftime speech.
Much needed fiery halftime speech at that. Here's Bowden. Going to get a little bit going here. 37 seconds until the halftime break. Stop and start move, rims out, and that's been the type of night it's been for Nokomis.
Yeah, nice little head fake move by Harsgrove, but just a little finger roll, couldn't get it to go.
20 seconds to go. We'll see if Camden hold for the final shot. Looped up, nearly lost it. Messer ripped it away from White. Hansen was in the vicinity. Duke tries it, knocks it down.
Duke is in a zone tonight.
And what a way to put an exclamation point on that. A 20-point lead going into the halftime break for 1-7 Camden Hills. Your score 43-23.
Wow, Nokomis has got their work cut out from, as we said, they're not scoring a ton of points on a 20-point margin at halftime. The Warriors have got to get focused and come out with a bang in the second half.
Absolutely. That's all we have for the first half here from Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. Don't go anywhere. We'll catch you on the other side.
No, they're really coming along. Dean's doing a great job.
Try that again. Welcome back to Nokomis Regional Live, or Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting's presentation of boys varsity basketball. We had a great first half of play. Camden Hills leading by 20 points at the break.
I was going to say, it was a great half of play for Camden. I don't think it quite went the way Nokomis was hoping. I believe that, you know, kind of Will Duke, 19 points. You know, kind of out of nowhere, really. I don't think he was on the radar screen as, you know, being that dominant. He couldn't miss.
Yeah, started in place of Weston DeWard, who hasn't seen the floor yet tonight. Not entirely sure what the situation is there. But we are back underway here in the second half.
Ooh, and it's a nice call. Duke with the little forearm shiver. Side stepping up his defense, got his chest right in front of him, and Duke just kind of had the arm bar and extended a bit. The official called him for the play of control, so just maybe a little turn of fate, maybe?
John Morrow mesmerized on the Camden Hills sideline there. Put his hands through his head. Nokomis get it back, looking to score the first points of the second half. Hoping the opening to the second half goes a little better than the beginning of the game, where Camden Hills opened on a 14-4 run. So here comes Grady Hartsgrove. Sides. Back to Hartsgrove.
I like the energy early offensively. First half, there was a lot of standing and ball watching and a lot more off the ball movement.
Here's White putting it down. Grant for threes, long. As I mentioned earlier, Grant, a streaky shooter, really needs one to go down here. Messer also had a great first half. He had 10. Ames for three. Can't put it down. Now here comes Madden White. Nice bounce pass to Hartsgrove. Gets double teamed. White all alone. Rims out. Nice putback there from Townsend. Gets it on the second go.
Townsend doubling up on the rebounds, but a good exchange for the Warriors. A loose ball. Ooh.
Little stat pad there. It's going to be Windjammer ball. Looked like it was either a foul or Nokomis ball from up here, but nonetheless.
Warriors definitely tightening up their defensive pressure. You can see it's a little bit of early signs of, you know, it bothering Camden. I think that's what Nokomis has got to do. They've got to get right up on those jerseys.
It's Townsend out to guard Reynolds. The bounce pass squirts out of bounds. Nokomis get it back, so a couple of quick turnovers here for Camden Hills. Camden Hills, not a team that typically turns the ball over a whole lot. They only had 10 turnovers in the entire game against Skowhegan last week. Here comes Townsend from the elbow. Hartsgrove with the offensive board, gives to Sides, gets it back. Can't convert. Another attempt with the left hand.
Nice.
And one.
Great tenacity by Hartsgrove to just stay with a play. Gets the opportunity to make the three here.
Knocking off red shirts left and right, but I like the aggression from Dawson Townsend right out of the gate here. Had the putback attempt and tried that elbow jumper as well. Nokomis just getting shots up here, which is something they struggled to a little bit in that first half.
Will Duke still trying to understand why he get called for that player foul. So, you know, I mean, he's being totally respectful, but it's still bothering him. So that's kind of good for Nokomis.
Yeah, I think it was just a little inadvertent elbow that he threw back into the players. That's blocked by White. Here comes Madden White in transition, tries to bounce it to Hartsgrove. And it looked like it took a skip off his shin and over the burgundy line out of bounds.
I think Hartsgrove and Sides was sort of confused about who that pass was intended to. I think White thought Sides was going to continue to cut through.
Nokomis able to quell Duke a little bit here in the opening 2 minutes. Bit of an emphatic block there from Madden White, unable to convert in transition. As Johansson will say thank you very much. Wide open from the free throw line.
Yeah, Hartsgrove's got to get a hand up. Kind of Johansson not known to be a real scorer on this team, but you know most Class A basketball players can make an open foul shot.
Yeah, I think he was almost surprised at how much space he had. Took a second look up and said, thank you very much. Kicks out to Grant. Ran off the three-point line, and Johansson comes up with the steal. Grant hustling back on defense, gets the steal. Heads up play from Alex Grant. Gets past half court. Sides stripped by Duke. Bit of sloppy play on both ends here. Now Ames gonna slow it down as Coach Morrow vocal on the Camden Hills sideline. Messer, bit of an isolation play. Gets it knocked loose. Transition for Nokomis, a 3-on-3 break. Trailing, it's Hartsgrove all alone for three. It falls.
It got every piece of the rim, and a big three by Hartsgrove. Camden Hill says, let's talk it over.
A much needed timeout. The lead cut down to 14. Less than 4 minutes played here in the second half.
And I think if you're on the Nokomis side of the ball, that's what you want. Oh, good.
We'll go and look at our sponsors. Sorry to cut you off there. DA Goulden Grandson Excavation, 938-2578. Over 40 years of experience and certified. A. Robinson over in Corinna, 207-307-9166 for all your convenience store needs. Casa Cattle Farm Store, beef, pork, chicken, lamb, and eggs. 141 Nokomis Road in Corinna. Don't have Ashton on the broadcast tonight, but I'm sure he would tell you.
Casa Cattle?
Yes, he knows a thing or two about Casa Cattle. And I know I've said it on broadcast before, but that Holton Farms chocolate milk is something else. You got to get down there in Corinna.
Speaking of products from the county, the Townsend family from there, giving a shout out. They're tuning in. So the broadcast a little blurry. It's all great down here. This part of the state maybe it's all that snow the county got today.
We get back underway out of the timeout. Johansson with a little bit less space this time. Hartsgrove pushing up on him. Duke guarded by sides, dribble handoff to Reynolds.
Warriors definitely have stepped up their defensive intensity.
Johansson. Grant came across to help. Now it's Messer trying to get something going on White. Johansson spins, gets it back, tries again. Third opportunity, drops it to Messer. Fading away, can't finish. 4 opportunities for the Windjammers. Can't put it through.
Nice save by Hartsgrove, the pass behind him.
Townsend straight away three.
Boom!
Nokomis cuts it to 11. Coming out of the half strong. Ames to Messer. Camden really trying to stifle this run, just hold the ball a little bit. It's another turnover. Grant scoops it up. Now it's White streaking to the bucket. Finger roll finish.
What
and it's
a
single
run.
digits. Single digits now.
An 11-point shaving off in the first half of this third quarter, and the Warriors are right back in it.
Hanson. Hands off to Messer.
It's going to be an illegal screen on Johansson, so everything going the Warriors' way.
It's been the complete opposite of that first quarter. And with 3 minutes to go, Nokomis looking like the 6-3 team they are here.
Ryan, if this team scores on this possession, that student section is going to explode. They are just hopping.
You can hear them. I'm sure you can hear them over our microphones high above courtside here. Here comes Alex Grant. Head to sides. Nokomis, as I mentioned, 5th place in Class A North, but they are one of 4 teams with 6 wins on the season. Make that 5 teams with 6 wins on the season, so a really tight middle of the pack as Townsend finishes at the bucket.
Great take by Dawson Townsend. And Townsend, as you mentioned,
collision there, going out of bounds.
big sides is going to get called for that. But, Townsend's still not 100%, still coming off that surgery. So it's great to see him come out, playing like we hoped he would be able to play. So hopefully that recovery is getting closer and closer.
Yeah, of course, with the loss of the Flagg brothers, you expected Townsend, who was a freshman last year, sophomore this year, to pick up a bit of the load, and he has done so in limited time early on, really just coming back to full health. You see the brace on his right knee. Had a cartilage repair, I believe it was, on the knee. So definitely something in basketball that can make it a little bit tricky.
Speaking of the Flag Twins, a lot of excitement in our community. Their prep school team they play for is going to be in Springfield, Mass. And I know you're almost going to feel the air suck out of I-95 as the traffic flow heads down to see that game. It's the closest they'll play. So I know so many friends and family members of the Flags and just Warrior fans definitely going to go down and check that game out in person.
Yeah, that's down in Springfield, Massachusetts at the Hoop Hall Invitational. And Cooper definitely going to have a great fall. Cooper and Ace, both of them going to have a great following down there. The game before them on Monday, Bronny James actually plays in that one. So a lot of great players. The Boozer brothers as well. Cameron Boozer ranked number 1 in the class of 25. Cooper Flag number 2 in the class of 2025, all playing down in Springfield this weekend.
Great opportunity for people to check out, the nation's best basketball talent. That's an incredible opportunity.
Townsend with some nice defense in the corner. Ames forced to take it out. Gives to Messer. Student section on their feet.
I like it, even the Warrior bench making some noise.
Messer to the hole, draws the foul.
Boy, that's a tough call. That was great defense by Hartsgrove. But Messer did get the contact, so he'll go to the line. And it's been a bit of a drought for Camden.
2 points in the second half so far. Messer trying to stop the run, stop the bleeding. Nokomis had 23 at the half. So that's a 15-2 run, if my math is correct.
Your math is very correct.
All right. Perks of that Nokomis High School education.
There you go. I know, and at the quarter break, Brian, I want to, we've got to do some support business, but I want people to hear a little bit about what you've been doing since you've left Nokomis, too, because you're doing some cool things. I feel pretty lucky because you're going to be big someday, so don't forget.
All right.
I'm going to be able to point to this and say, I knew him when.
We'll get into that a little later as it's thrown away there by White, picked off by Ames. White nearly won it back in the backcourt.
Great hustle by White.
Awfully close to a violation in the backcourt, but Messer finishes through contact. Goes the other way. That brings the Camden lead back up to 9. Bounce pass in the post.
That's a manageable deficit with a quarter to go.
Townsend drives, throws it up. Hartsgrove through contact, gets the blocking foul.
That's a great call. I think number 10 trying to draw the offensive call, but it just wasn't enough contact.
Yeah, the only thing there, Perez looked like it might have caught an elbow with Hartsgrove coming around. I almost thought it was going the other way. Nokomis will have no complaints as Hartsgrove was in the act of shooting, so he'll get to the line. And those rims have been friendly for him.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of that. And I think also a little thing that's the stoppage for the foul shots gives this Warrior team a little bit of a breather. They've really upped the tempo on both ends of the court. And with the short bench, we'll see if they've got the legs. Sometimes you push so hard to battle back, you run out of steam. But again, the ball bouncing Nokomis' way.
Bowden snuck in on that last free throw. Townsend takes a seat. That's the first substitution of the second half for Nokomis. Grant in the corner. Here's Bowden putting it down. Nokomis will have 4 days off following this one before they face Mount Blue at home. So a chance to catch their breath, but really need a win here to stay in contention for those top seeds in A North. Sides. Bounced over to Hartsgrove, given plenty of space. He'll take it. Front rims it. Sides, scoops it up. Now Grant's all alone in the corner for 3. Cuts the lead to 5 now.
Just the last 20 seconds. Coach Anderson couldn't have scripted a better quarter for the Warriors.
Sides thought he got bumped with an elbow. And a foul call. Hartsgrove in some
Looks like
pain.
he jammed a finger. Or maybe not.
Might have been a slightly below the belt injury there. Hartsgrove looks like he's going to be all right, although Jake Newmeyer steps to the scorer's table. Reynolds rims out on the first free throw, and so with 11 seconds to go, Grady Hartsgrove's going to just about stumble his way off the court. Newmeyer getting his first minutes of the game. I mentioned Nokomis typically goes 6 or sometimes 7 deep with Newmeyer. Big shoes to fill there, as Hartsgrove's had a really good contest so far tonight.
I think it's honestly a good, I don't want to see anybody hurt, obviously, but it just the 11 seconds left gives him a little extended break before we head into the fourth quarter.
White draws a little hand check there.
I like what the officials are doing too. They've called it a tight game, and as they sense the intensity picking up there, just want to make sure it's been a good game, and let's keep it that way.
That'll be the 5th foul of the second half. That one goes out of bounds, so
White
Camden Hills keeps this up. We're looking at a lot of free throws down the stretch.
White trying to just zip that through. Couldn't quite connect. A second and a half. Bowden gets a good look off. Oh, it's tough. That's a nice tap in by White, but it was definitely after the whistle, but still a great quarter for Nokomis.
Grant arguing. He thought it was before. I think it was just a bit after the buzzer. Needed a bit more of a tip in rather than a catch and shoot, I think, on the rebound. And so it will not count, but nonetheless, a great third quarter there from Nokomis. 48-42 is your score at the break. And we'll take another look at our sponsors. First up, Newport Glass, 207-368-5698. They're over in Newport at 162 Elm Street. Gilman Plumbing and Heating, 207-368-2335 at 23 Spring Street, also in Newport. And Sebastopol Valley Federal Credit Union, Newport and Pittsfield locations, 368-4940 for the Newport location, 487-5576 for Pittsfield.
So we got a few seconds, Ryan. Give us the quick. Give me the quick update.
All right.
Let everybody know where you're going to school, what you're majoring in, and what you're focusing on.
All right. I didn't think I was getting the interview tonight, but I'm going to school in Franklin, Massachusetts at Dean College. I'm majoring in communications. I'm hoping to finish my degree next year, so I'll have it done in 3 years, and then I'll get a master's degree in broadcast journalism, where I'm hoping to do a bit more of news media, on-air type of stuff, either reporting or anchoring some sort of news segment.
Well, I have no doubt you're going to have an amazing career, and I hope you still fit some basketball announcing in somewhere.
Wow, this is my 6th year here, so we'll try and keep it going. Got at least one more winter in me before I head off to wherever else this journey takes me. As we are underway here in the fourth quarter. Scoreboard hasn't quite updated. I think they still says third as Bowden rims out. Good look there.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, Bowden just claps his hand. He had a wide open layup, and it just rolled out. A frustration foul after. That's not necessarily a bad foul. When you're in a close game, sometimes you want to be able to get in that bonus a little bit quicker, and sometimes teams are hampered.
And it works out. Sides scoops it away from Duke, finishes the free layup, and cuts the deficit to 4.
Just like that, it's a 2-possession game, and it's game on.
Ames steps through, throws it up. No good. White tried to pull it down over to Hansen. Ames skips away. Now finds Duke, who's been quiet since the outburst he had in the first half of play. Gets it back, spots up for 3, hits it.
You had to bring it up, Ryan. You didn't get a point in the third quarter after getting 19 in the first half.
Townsend gonna check in. Grant over to Sides. Splits the defenders, throws it up. Is just long off the glass. So Camden finding a little bit of rhythm finally. Duke with it, gonna set up a play. Reynolds to Hansen, stripped away. Hartsgrove, couple of players battling for it on the floor. Threw it over to White. who got hit on the arm, and it's a foul. Great play there by Grady Hartsgrove, getting on the floor, getting dirty, and getting it done.
Great hustle by Hartsgrove.
That'll allow Townsend to get back in, and Bowden takes a seat.
Really just great basketball awareness by Hartsgrove, seeing the opportunity, grabbing the ball, and knowing where his teammate is to get it to him.
So it's going to be White to take it up. The ball in his hands, gives it back to Grant, and now it's Hartsgrove. Certainly giving Hartsgrove plenty of space, almost daring him to shoot. He did hit one, missed another. 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. Sides. Over to White with a head of steam. Now it's Townsend spotting up. Missing just long. Rim killed it there for Townsend. So we edge under 6 minutes to go. Ames, nice bounce pass to Johansson. A little bit short, and here comes Hartsgrove bringing it up himself. Attacks Johansson with the left hand.
Wow. And one.
That's his third and one of the game, and it comes at a really good time. So the Camden Hills lead dwindles to 5, chance to make it 4.
Hartsgrove just showing that great reach, almost just sweeping around, gets it to go.
Jim goes dead silent for the free throw with some spirit fingers mixed in from the student section, and the free throw finds the net. Here comes Messer. Just a blocking foul, so as you mentioned, officials calling it tight, and as I look up here, that's the 5th team foul for Nokomis, 7 team fouls for the Windjammers, so from here on out, Nokomis will be getting a 1-and-1. Already in the bonus with 5.5 to go. Johansson back to Duke. And Duke not only with the ability to shoot the ball, but he's also very, very quick. Off the dribble, got that first step. Similar to Sides, as that's stripped away by Hartsgrove. Spin move, puts it up, and it's not going to count. He walked.
Oh. Tough break, but what an effort by Grady Hartsgrove tonight.
Had a chance to make it a 1-possession game. Unable to do so, and a timeout called there, a much-needed timeout for Camden Hills.
I think Camden Hills needs these breaks are really, I think, benefit Nokomis just because they haven't substituted as much, and it gives the Warriors a bit of a breather for the home stretch.
Nokomis has not lost back-to-back games yet this season. Camden Hills has not won back-to-back games yet this season. Nokomis looking to keep that streak alive here tonight.
So one team's going to get...
well, not necessarily. Camden Hills didn't. Correct. They didn't win their last game. But Nokomis really in danger here. And also that stat I brought up earlier, no home losses in almost 2 years. So a lot of stats in danger here if you're Nokomis. They won't be too worried about that.
You know, I was chatting with Grady and Madden today, and I said, hey, I was excited about doing the game tonight with you, and I said, let's make sure it's exciting. And this wasn't quite what I was hoping for. I was looking for lots of threes, big lead.
Still plenty of basketball left to be played as Nokomis come out with a full court press. It goes into Reynolds. Townsend not giving him any space. Now the lead's up a bit as Reynolds gets it past the Warrior logo. Messer jumps to a stop and puts it down. Camden going to really be patient with their offensive possessions here in the 4th, and Sides doesn't like that one. 6th foul on Nokomis.
Yeah, I think both teams have got to know at this point it's just going to be called very tight, and any kind of reach is going to get called.
Scoreboard's not showing player fouls, so it'll be interesting to note if anybody's in foul trouble. We're not going to know from up here in the booth, but that one goes to Johansson, back to Reynolds. Spins, gives to Duke. Out to Ames. Drop the pass, still gets to the basket and finishes, but a charge.
Whoa. Wow, Sides, huge take to turn the ball over.
Nokomis fans on their feet. This one's gonna come down to the wire here. Could have been a double dribble in the corner. Nokomis fans will have nothing to complain about as a buzzer goes off here.
Oh, a little bit of mistake on the table. It said it's 1-1, but it's not 1-1 on the player control.
So the official will have a word at the table. Nokomis going to get an inbound here.
I think we got a little bit of sub. Mrs. Murray usually keeps the clock, is on it, is headed out early to Springfield to catch in all the games.
Here's Grant now. Sides, spinning on Ames. Grant all alone, needs this. It's short. White chasing down the rebound. Messer.
Uh-oh.
Hard
Messer,
fall.
Oh, holding his knee. Sides kind of waving to the Camden coaching staff.
Never good as trainer Bob Kreider hustles on over to take a look.
No, that's one of those two I think players almost know when that knee buckles.
And not a good look. You saw Sides immediately calling for the trainers.
Yeah, just the way he's leaving that right leg kind of still. I think that right knee buckled when he went down.
Messer had a very, very good first half. Of course, has been a little bit quieter here in the second, as has the entirety of the Camden Hills offense. But nonetheless, you don't like to see any player go down, especially with that type of injury. Camden Hills, a team that finished 9-7 last season, or in the playoff mix. That saw a tournament winning Nokomis team in Class A. Finished 21-1 on the year last season.
I have a feeling Messer's going to go right back into the training room, which was just on the backside of the gym, and I don't think we're going to see him again. He's really in a lot of pain.
He's helped off the court. Best of wishes.
Oh, you hate to see that. His dad kind of left him hanging.
He's able to make it off the court to a
Simon
round of
Elias
applause.
to the rescue.
Official trying to sort out the substitution here. And so we will see a 1-1 in place of Messer is Hollis Schwam, and he hits the first, so he will get a second.
Tom came in off the bench. First half had a quick 5 points.
Huge free throws here. He hits them both.
Lefty with a great stroke from the foul line.
Camden Hills has scored 10 points now since the halftime break. Sides. Nice feed for Hartsgrove. Can't convert.
That's where you want Hartsgrove. Use the glass.
Duke trying to pick things up here for Camden Hills. They lead by 6 with the ball.
That's great defense by Grant. It's the 5-second call.
You can see just about cracked the smile there. Has some business to attend to here with 3.5 to go in the fourth period of play. Once again, Ryan Bell alongside Mary Netto as that one's nearly lost. Grant comes in to pick it back up, and now here's Hartsgrove. Over to Townsend. Hartsgrove once again along the baseline, puts it down, finds Grant for 3. It's in.
Rattles it in.
Nokomis break 50. It's a one-possession game.
3 minutes to go, and it's going to be an exciting 3 minutes.
Here's Ames. Over to Johansson. Hands it off to Duke. Reynolds. Johansson in that high post. Gonna draw a foul. And it could be a costly foul as that will send Johansson for a 1-and-1.
think too, if you're Nokomis with your, I think that should be the 8th team foul.
Yep, I believe so.
You don't want to get into that double bonus, and that's Johansson with the miss, but White
Hustle
with
play.
a great job saving the ball.
Huge play there from Madden White. Gives Nokomis a chance to tie or pull within one. Fading away, Townsend can't get it to go. It's a shot he likes too. Gets some space underneath.
Oh yeah, that's a great job by Sides.
Drew the contact, and he is fired up after that one.
You're not going to find a kid that works any harder on the court. I don't care. Any conference, any class, than Connor Sides.
Fell hard to the floor, and he was up quicker than you could blink, celebrating with his teammates. A great defensive play. It's the intangibles with him as Hartsgrove for the tie.
Yeah, I could see that. I was in a great line for that. I could see that wasn't going to happen.
Gets on the floor, loose ball, tipped to Grant, but not before a foul.
Oh, that's a tough call on a loose ball.
And Duke claiming he's the shooter. Reynolds also edging ever closer to the free throw line. It looks like it will be Duke to shoot.
I think the official, I think Duke's going to get bumped out of there. I like the his sales pitch to the official.
Duke, at least from what we've seen tonight, seems to be a very good shooter. Reynolds misses. White scoops it up.
Camden with a couple of chances he had to add to it. Nice cut by White.
Strong take to the basket. Unable to convert, and we've seen that late in games from Madden White getting really aggressive, namely in that Skowhegan game earlier in the year when Nokomis won in overtime. White scored 8 of the last 8 points of the game, in fact. Getting Nokomis the overtime victory as Sides gets the steal and finishes.
Wow, what a play by Sides.
That pulls the Warriors within one. And a much needed timeout there from John Morrow.
And I don't think we've seen Quincy Messer come out of the training room. So unfortunately, his night's done, and hopefully it's just not anything too serious for him. But with a minute 31, we've got an old-fashioned barn burner.
We do. It's coming down to the wire here. As this timeout going to be a big one. Camden Hills, as I mentioned, scored just 10 points since the halftime break. Nokomis has pulled it all the way within one. A 20-point advantage at the half for the Windjammers. Nokomis will come out with Grant, Townsend, Sides, White, and Hartsgrove. So the same as the starting 11.
I think what's changed too is Nokomis has been able to get makes. They've been able to put some full court pressure on and really tighten up their defense. And it's bothered this Windjammer squad. It's definitely taken them off their game as the Warriors going to go really press with a full court pressure here.
Reynolds bounces it into Ames, who gives it right back to Reynolds. And he gets past half court all by himself. Hands off to Ames. Windjammers desperately need a bucket here to stop the bleeding. Reynolds comes around the corner to Hansen. Sides tried to come around and get the steal. He'll switch on to Duke. Now Reynolds gets double teamed. Duke swings it. Passing up the three with Schwam.
Someone's got to be wide open with his double team. I think they've lost sight of Duke wide open under the basket.
Schwam couldn't find him. Instead goes to Reynolds. Now Duke gets it. 44 seconds on the clock. Some old-fashioned stall ball here from Camden Hills.
Looks like the Windjammer's going to try to maybe run the clock as we get down to 36. So Nokomis
can foul, and that's not the worst thing in the world.
No, I think that's a great foul. Put Ames on the line.
Almost a minute, maybe, I think a full minute ran off the clock there. course, no shot clock here in Maine High School basketball, which allows teams.
Do you think there should be a shot clock in high school
I think
basketball?
I think that's a very difficult question. I think it would definitely add a lot of excitement to the game. Of course, you have the issue of some of those Class C and D teams not having the ability to afford maybe a shot clock or install it in their gym. But I think maybe something that's slowly implemented among the ranks, starting with AA and working its way down, definitely could be helpful. As Messer gets out of the training room to watch the final 30 seconds of this one. You'll love to see that. Free throw goes down for Ames.
Yeah, I thought that was a 10th foul, so Ames, I'm sure, appreciating kind of the two-shot opportunity. Takes a little bit of pressure off, and he just makes that first one a little bit easier.
And so Nokomis will talk it over. I mentioned the student section before getting loud. The student running up and down the sidelines, making some noise during that free throw. Ames able to tune it out.
I think Mr. Elias had a little chat with that student. It's always it's always a tough call because you want students to have fun and get into the game, but you also, you got to keep it a little bit within some bounds. Keep it between the lines.
So it's a 2-point lead. Camden Hill is going to get a second free throw after the timeout. A chance to make it a 3-point game. Nonetheless, it'll be a one possession, but getting the rebound here is going to be huge in the case of a miss.
Well, I think 30 seconds is a lot of time, too, so Nokomis doesn't need to panic. Whether this foul shot's made, I think the worst thing that could happen would be a missed foul shot and not getting the rebound.
Right.
A make, you're okay. Even if he misses, you get the rebound. You got plenty of time to get a good shot.
It's White and Hartsgrove in those lower blocked positions. And it goes down. So a 3-point advantage for the Windjammers.
Clutch free throws by Nolan Ames, a freshman.
Grant gives it up to White. Comes off the screen from Hartsgrove. Grant nearly lost it. Took his eye off the ball for a minute.
16 seconds. Nokomis has got to think about getting a shot going if they're just going to go for the three.
Might have to.
Times with the 30 seconds, try to get it quick. We're under 10, 5.
Grant's going to take it. It's short. Fight for the loose ball. It's saved by Ames, and that'll run out the clock. Camden Hills with a huge celebrations. They pick up their second win of the season, and they'll improve to 2-7 with the shock victory over Nokomis here on the road.
Yeah, just a heartbreaker for the Warriors. It just got down probably a little too far of a gap, although made a beautiful run. But credit Camden for not losing their cool and getting back into this, even as one of their top players went down in the closing minutes with an injury, able to hold off the rush and get the win.
Yeah, so with that, Nokomis will collect Camden Hills will collect a huge chunk of heel points. Nokomis will drop to 6-4 on their season. Next up for Nokomis will be Mount Blue. That's on the 17th. Next up for the Windjammers is going to be Morse. That'll be on the road. Morse sits at 1-9 in A South there, the bottom of A South. So a chance to win back-to-back games if you're Camden Hills after this one.
Now, definitely, if you're a coach, coach of the Windjammers, you got to feel really good about the big win tonight. Certainly if you're Nokomis, that one's a frustrating one. It was within their grasp and lost it. So hopefully Warriors will bounce back to their winning ways in their next game.
Yeah, Will Duke with an electric performance for the Windjammers. But that will close it out from our broadcast here. We'd like to thank all of us here at Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. Matt Brown, Kia King, Sam Parker, and Dylan Bennett on the cameras. Ryan Bell and Marinetto bringing you the game. Get home safe, everybody.
Any public performance, rebroadcast, distribution, or unauthorized retransmission without the express written consent of Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting is strictly prohibited. All rights reserved. 2022 and 2023. Hey, lots of fun.